What do you guys think is going on with the government?
Odd question.
I mean, like, so look at what happened. So Cash Patel was confirmed today. Like, look at what's happening. So we have almost a popular uprising with the voting in America. You have what, 72 million people voted for Donald Trump? 72 million. He wins handedly after 2 assassination attempts. Everybody against him, he wins. And then he goes and gets every one of his appointees appointed except our buddy Matt Gaetz, who we really wanted, right? So Elon Musk is basically in charge of the bureaucracy and is now auditing all of the bureaucracy and fucking firing everybody and doing crazy shit, right? You have Pete Hegseth, who's in charge of the military now. You have Pam Bondi, who's now in charge of the Justice Department. You have Cash Patel, who's now in charge of the FBI. You have Tulsi Gabbard, who is now in charge of the intelligence of the United States, which includes the CIA and everything else, CIA and the NSA. And then you have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in charge of the Department of Health. So effectively, everything of the government, of the whole bureaucracy, is now completely controlled by Trump loyalists.
Don't know about that.
But
who's not a Trump loyalist?
Get rid of the garbage.
I wouldn't say the whole bureaucracy. I think there's still a lot of work to be done there.
100%. But have you ever seen? It's like a hostile takeover of it's a hostile, friendly takeover of the government that it's never been. Like, for instance, the lead counsel of the ATF was fired today. Like, lead counsel of the ATF in charge of, God fucking bless, in charge of, so the lead counsel of the ATF, those are the people that are in charge, who is the direct head of all the people that fucking make gun shops lose their license. That person fired today. Like, it's
thumbs up.
Yeah. No. So what do you, do you think it's too good to be true?
I think the biggest problem we're facing right now are people celebrating too early.
I'm not celebrating. I'm just asking.
No, I'm not just saying.
Luke is celebrating.
I'm not celebrating.
Well, I saw Luke with a picture of Pete Hegseth at his desk.
He's my screensaver on my computer.
He's a pretty guy.
I think we're headed in a better direction than we've ever been heading in. I think it's going great so far, but the amount of times I see people saying, like, we'll never see a Democrat in office for the next 15 years. And it's like, I understand the sentiment behind it. But if you just think that that's the case just because we won this election and stop fighting for it, they'll come around and bite you in the ass. I think I believe that's a lot of what happened in 2020. Where people were like, okay, we got Trump in office. And yes, every single media outlet is lying about every single thing he's doing, but he's in office and we know that the things he's doing are good, so that's good enough and we'll win again. And fucking Biden comes on with 81 million votes, whatever the fuck it was. I think I foresee something similar happening if people start declaring victory too early. Like, we're in what, month fucking 2, 3?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Yeah,
but I feel like he's putting in more work so that doesn't happen. Getting all, like Will was just saying, getting all his guys in.
Oh yeah.
So in these 4 years, we'll realize how much better things are with Republicans in. And then I am one of those people. I don't think Democrats will win next couple elections.
The appointees are insane. Like, it's really amazing. Like, you have, because you would think he wouldn't get anybody in. Like, you thought, like, I thought, no fucking way, Cash Patel, no way. Especially, did you see the senators go after him? Like, did you see the senators go after RFK? I mean, these people are pissed.
RFK one was really funny.
Oh, all of them. It's the funniest thing that I saw. I saw somebody, like, a meme, like, where you had, what's her name, Elizabeth Warren, like, pissed off about Doge, and somebody was like, "You're just mad because Vivek's a real Indian." That was the funniest fucking thing ever.
Oh, the Doge thing is very interesting to see play out in real time, because it's like, it reminds me of that one scene in Matrix where Morpheus is taking Neo along on the little simulation run, the lady with the red dress, and he's talking about how everybody who's plugged into the Matrix that hasn't been pulled out of it will die. They will defend the Matrix to the death because it's the only reality they've ever known. And I see that happening in real life where people are straight up looking at the highest level of government corruption that's been uncovered. And this is probably just the tip of the iceberg. And they're defending the government corruption just because it's anti-Trump and that's what they believe in or whatever. Like the whole thing of they will straight up look at, hey, looks like we've been paying out Social Security checks to like fucking 60,000 people that are over 200 years old or whatever it is. Don't quote me on the numbers on that. Yeah. And they're like, they're making it harder for seniors to get their Social Security benefits. Like, are you
and all the like motherfucker, like you really give a fuck about old people?
I mean,
no, but like I see that like I saw that irritating congressperson, who's always on the enemy's channel. Like she was just bitching about and talking about how people aren't going to have their money. I'm like, motherfucker, you don't give a fuck about old people.
Just seeing people absolutely lose their minds and straight up like anything Trump says, they want the opposite of. And it's like that one, I forget the acronym for it, but that one way that you can have a kid that he just made more accessible and cheaper.
Invertero or Invertro, whatever.
That one.
Apparently it's really cheap in Sarasota.
Oh, cool. But like they ran on the thing that Trump is going to ban that, and he makes it easier to access and more affordable, and suddenly they're against it. Like their whole, no matter what he does, the party position is just the opposite of what he's doing. The same thing with Ukraine. He is working out peace dealings, and suddenly the people don't want peace in Ukraine. They want the war to continue going on. Right. The same thing, like he sorted out a ceasefire deal, and looks like that ceasefire is, we'll see on Saturday, I think.
No, it was already on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Whatever it is, like, it's suddenly, no matter what the position he takes, they're against it. And it's, I feel like some of the people know exactly what it is they're doing and are just playing politics, but a majority of the people that are still on the left are genuinely, I don't know if their brain just doesn't compute, but they can't see how insane it is, the things that they're saying, the things that they're defending. I don't even think they're paying attention to what it is that they're angry about. They're just being told to be angry about something, and they're being angry about it.
I think that, so what I see is, number one, we don't really know. Like what comes out is, and something I notice is all the people who are bitching are old people. Old people and like older lesbians, older black ladies, and old people and fucking like basically just fuds. Like you don't see like the hip. I don't see hip influencers. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I'm sure there's somewhere, but like you don't see like there's no fucking anti Joe Rogan. There's no bizarro world Joe Rogan. There's no equivalent. Like there's nobody cool is coming after him.
I'll take that. The Democrats have no one. Like
well, so that's what I'm saying is like, so you see like the Trump derangement syndrome or this fucking like, and I get it. Like how could anybody support the war in Ukraine at this point? How could anybody support giving billions of dollars to people who like we've given them $300 billion. They can't account for $150 billion of the dollars. Right. Zelensky has canceled all elections for the last 2 years. They have weaponized their government against the Orthodox Church. Like, how could anybody support the war in Ukraine? And you have people like Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer and like old fuddy fucking liberals still support it, but you don't see like the emerging class of influencers. Like there's nobody cool out there. Like they're not popping up anywhere. Like you don't like fucking like who's that skinny gay guy?
That does not narrow it down at all.
Who did the Bud Light commercials?
The Dylan
Mulberry. Yeah, like there's no like Dylan Mulberry's like talking like we got to give money to Ukraine. Well, you see. So what I'm saying is that maybe that is a glimmer of hope. That their hustle right now is just to inundate us with dopey shit, right? Like they're just inundating us with all these old fuddy people saying, saying like all this shit is like Elon's bad and we need to give money to Ukraine and like Mike Pence and shit.
Mhm.
But in reality, the rest of the population is like, I don't know, because it is not cool anymore to be into liberalism, right? The coolness has gone away. It's not like you don't see it because at the end of the day, these people, they want clicks, they want views, they want monetization, and you're not going to get that by being a weirdo liberal anymore.
It's true.
Because you would see it. You would see it in your feed, and you don't see it in your feed. You see the old fucking, you see people like Elizabeth Warren saying we should be mad that Elon Musk is uncovering corruption. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a glimmer of hope. I'm not saying that you don't be wary of and we don't rest on our laurels. Believe me. I mean, I'm forever. It's my job to be paranoid about what the government can do to me. Right? I have to be paranoid at all times because they might come in and anyway.
One thing I want to add to that is I would not judge what you think is going on in the world based on your specific feed, because every single feed, no matter what platform it is based on an algorithm that rewards echo chambers.
I base it on what I see my kids, my wife, you know, like what my wife, because my wife is a big, and TikTok.
But even then, like what I'm trying to get at is try to imagine just a leftist person, a standard old person who their feed is the complete opposite, where they don't see anything positive about any of the things that we see are positive about. All they are seeing, because it's all echo chambers, it only shows you what you want to see, what confirms your pre-existing beliefs. So all they're seeing all day is, well, Trump is defying the Constitution. It's a constitutional crisis. Elon Musk is stealing your personal information for benefit.
Do you have an X account?
Yeah.
So my X account is old liberal people bitching about Elon Musk, RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard. Like I've got a lot of liberal. I don't know why, but I have a ton of liberal people in my, like, for you, it's liberal people.
The only reason I say it is I personally subscribe to the idea of know thy enemy.
But
I specifically follow as many leftist pages as I can to see what it is that they are talking about. And hasn't gotten any better since the election. It is always just, again, what I keep seeing the most is there's a constitutional, and there's people that genuinely believe that this is the reality that they're living in. Is there is currently a constitution crisis where Trump is trying to be a king and he's defying all other branches and trying to give all the branches power to the executive. And meanwhile, Elon Musk is digging through and hacking and destroying the social security network and stealing everybody's personal information.
He already has everybody's personal information from PayPal. He already has it.
And X now.
Not to mention you're on X too. He already has your information. Who gives a fuck?
People don't make these connections. All they hear are buzzwords and talking points, and they parrot them. And like I said, just because it's not cool right now, because we're so fast off the election and we're still in that period where the America patriotism, all that 100% great. 2 years from now, the people that you're not seeing anymore will reemerge with the same bullshit lies. Because again, I don't personally believe they learned anything from this election, and they will just double down on it and go harder. And in your mind, it will not see like there's any future to this, and these people are just insane people, which they are. And nobody will ever vote for their party again. But I'd like to remind you of 2020, where if you just ignore these people and pretend that they don't exist, they multiply because they parrot their talking points and spread it to people. And these people, usually, if you're voting Democrat, you're not very politically informed. You're just taking whatever is said to you at face value and thinking that that's the reality of the situation. And these people vote the exact same way you do.
What do you think, Luke?
I mean, I think they could say the same thing about us, though. Like they say that you're not informed, you're not politically informed. And I also think that Elon it's the bad optics for Trump. I think he's doing a great job. I think maybe we'll get
He's too weird, right?
He's too weird.
He's too fucking weird.
He did the Roman salute at that thing, which was really crazy. And then if you're like a liberal and all you see on the news is, or all you hear about is how Trump's going to, help out billionaires and, the Republican Party only cares about the rich. and then he goes and puts the world's richest man in charge of
like finding ways.
I can see why people are skeptical, but at the same time,
have you guys ever talked to my stepkid Ian about Elon Musk?
Yeah.
How much he hates him. He
Yeah.
fucking hates that guy.
I mean, I can see why people are skeptical, but I mean, the stuff they're uncovering is just
it's
insane.
Crazy.
And I think it's all, there are CIA ops that they, they're not actually doing a trans Elmo in
it's
Baghdad.
it's that's the one thing that I worry about is all this money is for black ops.
Right.
The majority of all this money is just it's funneling, programs that I think. But if we go through all of it and stop it, are the CIA guys going to only not have any or they won't have as much money?
I think the CIA has a big enough pull in the DoD budget.
Yeah, okay.
I think these one.
Absolutely.
I think the programs that are being slashed at the beginning here are mainly just
lawmakers
profiting.
What do you guys think of Anna Paulina?
Awesome. She looks good. I don't know anything else about her. She just looks good.
Well, she's in charge of
God damn.
Yeah, she's in charge of what is it, Luke? What is she in charge? She's in charge of all, she's like the secret czar.
Yeah.
Like she is supposed to look through the Trump assassination, the RFK assassination,
JFK
assassination, all the and UFOs and disseminate the information to us.
Is no one freaking out about the fact that she just straight up said, yeah, there's 2 shooters?
Not yet, because everybody was like, oh yeah, we knew that.
Well, yeah, it's cool that everybody like that. I saw that in my feed, and then I just scrolled on to the next reel, and it's like a guy cooking bacon on his car or whatever. It's like, wait a minute, did I hear that right? And I scroll back, and it's like, yeah, we believe that there's 2 shooters. The information here points to the Secret Service being involved. Like, is no one talking about?
No,
this?
there's a video that is probably right of the driver shooting him in the head. But more will come out. It's just at least it's going to be interesting. At least like life isn't going to be boring for a while.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
Life is not going to be boring for a while. We're going to have cool stuff to do. The one thing that like, so I'm always worried about, my business and always worrying about like it not selling enough. And, like it's very stressful having to do this. But, the thing that I've noticed the most is just the radicalization of people and the, like, people are radicalized everywhere. Like everybody is just this close to violence, and they're willing to hurt each other. And so, which I understand, like, and it's not going to stop because people, you see videos after videos of people calling for violence against the president, people calling for violence against Elon Musk. And people are like, yeah, let's do that. And so I think, oh, fuck, there's not going to be any shortage of gun buyers for anytime soon.